I'm about to leave a Reddit's event. I don't know if you can hear the music outside of me. So they're partying outside over there, but I gotta get some work done. Anyways, here is a video I did with Chris Walters in the Keys about how to freeze fish properly. It actually works pretty good. Check it out. Let's check the, let's see if I can get these people. Well, they're on the other side, but as you can see, they're actually on the other side. It's loud out there. I'm trying to get some sleep. I gotta get up early in the morning. All right, check it out.
Prepping this stuff, most of my friends and guests that come here to fish with me like to take their fish home. And that's something I really wanted to talk about today here a little bit, is I'm really preparing this stuff nicely to freeze for them, rather than just send them away with a big ball of fish in an ice bag with a knot at the top. I just take 10 extra minutes every day and try to trim up the meat for them nicely, get the bloodline off of it so it doesn't have any strong flavor. A lot of this red meat here on the bottom, that's skin side I should say, not necessarily the bottom, but it has a little bit of a strong flavor when you freeze it. So we try to get a lot of that off and trim that whole lateral line out of that meat. Take a little shave across there. It freezes up a lot nicer that way. Get this fat off the top here. Basically like that. And once again, we're gonna, we have a nice little saltwater brine set up with some ice here. And I like to just take a dip in that. Not necessarily to soak it, but to rinse it, because I don't really want to get fresh water on it. I don't think the fresh water is very good for the meat, but so we'll cut this fish up in portions nicely. The bigger fillets we can take, they have a natural split on that top shoulder. You can kind of split that open and then run your knife right down through it, make a couple big fingers out of it, and we'll make nice portion sizes. And I've got some freezer quart bags, the good Ziploc ones, and I find it pretty important to get the good expensive ones. Quart size, and we're going to zip that bag half full, halfway, and now we're going to go back into the bucket, and I'm going to lay it in here and stand it up straight and go all the way underwater with it until I see all the bubbles come out, and then I'm going to zip the bag shut the rest of the way. And when I pull that out of there, we're going to have a vacuum packed freezer bag ready with that fish there. So I'll stack these nice and neat. Do our next one here, and you'll see they stack nice and neat in the freezer. Here we go again, bubbles are out. Deeper you go, the better. If you have a good solid, a good full bucket of water and you go pretty deep in it, it's gonna give you a better squeeze on the meat. And if you see that it didn't do a very nice job of it, this one could be a little tighter. I'll just open it a little bit and just go down a little deeper in the water. Sometimes give the bag a little wiggle while it's down there. That really did a nice job squeezing it tight. So now these are gonna stack nice and neat in the freezer. You can kind of work them like this, but I'll send my guests home with, their cooler layered in ice, and then we'll stack all those bags in there nice and neat like that. And when they put them in the freezer, they don't take up much room, and they can pull them out. And the neat thing is when you go to thaw that out, you can put it in the refrigerator even. Say in the morning, it's going to thaw out nice and neat and even rather than getting mushy on the outside. I used to freeze fish years ago in a thicker kind of a ball, and by the time the inside would thaw out, the outside would be so mushy that it actually changed the texture of the meat. It would get kind of not so happy.